Hello, good people. How are you today? It's March 1st, 2026, and I have the exciting task of, I guess I don't know the term for it, but waking up my dormant elephant ear that I put to sleep last year so it could rest and hibernate and get ready for this upcoming spring. This will be my first time doing it. It pained me a lot to have to cut back all of the beautiful leaves that the elephant ears produced. I was very saddened by it. I had a video of it, but it left me. So hopefully I can try to retrieve it. If I can, I'll put it up there of how I just kind of like cut back as much as I could or what I thought. It was my first time doing it. So hopefully we're learning and growing together. I don't know if there's a right way or wrong way or whatever, but I'm just doing the best that I can, right? And we'll see how it goes. So it's March 1st, and I wanted to start on the March 1st because then I can better remember. But I do know that they say sometimes the elephant ears, once they are dormant and you kind of repot them, that it can take anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks to 6 weeks to 8 weeks. So I'm hoping if I start in March, that I'll have a good March, April timeline, and then maybe by May it'll be good enough for it to go back outside. And that's what I'm hoping. What I'm really hoping is the weather will be good, because here in my zone, in zone 6A, we had a slow start to some warm weather. And like Mother's Day weekend is usually the time people really get out there. It was not a good day for any of that. So I'm hoping that this spring will be a good time. So I am going to show you today everything that I'm using to do this, in case anyone has questions. Sometimes you do, and I try to be very thorough. And if you have any tips for me, please put them in the comments. I welcome positive, constructive tips so I can get better. So I bought my elephant ears from Home Depot last year, and if I find a picture, I will insert it. But I think I still have a picture, and I think I have a picture of how well my elephant ear grew. I kept it outside the whole time. I didn't bring it inside until I had, prepared it for its dormancy. So I'm sure there's a professional name for what I'm doing, but I don't know what it is. So I'm still a novice gardener, although I think this year will be year 4. So let's get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you everything that I have prepared so that I can go ahead and start potting it. Okay, be right back. So first here I have in my is the soil. This is just regular soil that I got from the store, and I added a little bit more perlite. I think that's how you pronounce it, and I put in some of my grounded eggshells. I just grind them. I don't do anything special to them. I put them all in a jar, and then when that jar gets full, I just ground them. I don't put them in the oven. I don't bake them. I don't do anything else. That's what I do. Not sure if it works or not, but that's what you guys have all been talking about on these garden channels. So I go with you guys. Okay. So, excuse me, it's mixed with that. And so that is the soil that I'll be utilizing. Of course, I have my lovely down the, I can't think of the name right now, so I'm calling it a shovel. I can't think of anything right now. And then I have my gloves. Not sure I'll need them, but I just have them just in case. And then once I put it inside of the planter, I always put this casting worm, which I just discovered last year from you guys on these from people talking about gardening. So I usually put that right where the roots will touch it. So I will be adding that. And then I found this the other day, and I thought this was pretty good. It's for indoor tropical plants. So I'm going to add a little bit to the top of this and mix it in. But I also have a number of plants that, it's good for, like, it says rubber plant, fiddle leaf, monstera. I have a bunch of those. And I know that elephant ears are also considered tropical because what? They love warm weather. And I wanted to show you this part too. So I have wood floors, and so I'm doing this inside. And so I am putting this base layer down, which is a moving blanket that I happen to find from Menards. And people use it to move stuff. Here's a picture from it, and wrap stuff up. But I use it for stuff like this, multi-purpose. And then on top of that, because there will be water involved, I went ahead and put one of these little tarps. They're super thin. I got them at the Dollar Tree. So that is what that is. Okay, we're going over to the next. So over here is the box that I put the elephant ear in. And you can see the date here was 10/25, 10/16/25. So it's been dormant. I hope you're doing well in there. I'm going to put it in this pot that I found at the Dollar Tree, $5. So I want to get it started in this. Last year, I let it grow in this, and I realized that that was not a good thing. I took it from the planter. It comes in from the store, and I put it in here. Well, in our zone, we get a lot of wind, and then this is kind of not a heavy duty planter, and the wind kept blowing it over. So I bought a bigger planter that I'm going to plant this in once this one does well inside, and hopefully that will hold it down a lot better. And then I have my handy dandy knee pads in case I get on my knees. I always have a Sharpie. I have this you stick in the ground. I think I'm gonna put today's date on it just in case. Your scissors, and then anything if I may need to prune back something. And I have a towel over here. It's an old gigantic beach towel. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna wrap it around this planter or not, because they said it needs to be, warm, as it grows. And I'm definitely not cranking my heat up to 80 degrees because that's not happening. So maybe if I just wrap it around for a few days, or maybe a plastic bag, I don't know. So we're going to get started opening up the elephant ear box. So I am going to set the camera up so that you can see everything that I'm doing and we can get started planting. Okay, we're going to get started. So I just wanted to be fair and show you what it's like to open this. So hopefully the camera, I'm trying to look up top before I get it. You guys, I don't know how content creators do this all the time. This thing was leaning over, falling, all the good things, right? So as again, I'm pointing to this date. This date says October 16th, 2025. And so I'm going to open it. So it was in the basement in a dark corner, and I put a bunch of stuff on top of it, like rugs I wasn't using at the moment. And I did shake the box because, hey, I don't want any surprises, guys. I don't. So as you can see, as I'm opening it, I also wrapped it. Let me get this out of my way. So I also wrapped it in paper. This is why I say, when you get your boxes from any kind of home deliveries, it's good to keep a good number of boxes in your home. I always believe this as a homeowner: cardboard, plastic, some of that good plastic that you used for windows, and also newspaper if you can find it. But when you get these packaging, when you get these packaging from, when they send you stuff to your house. So I think that those are very good to have. You can see it's nice and big. They said you're supposed to check to make sure it's not soft. So there is my elephant ear, guys. Wowzer, right? And I also put in here, I'm such a planner. Oh, that doesn't seem like a good thing. That fell off from the dirt. Do you think that that's a good thing? It just fell off. It was one of the, I think they call it bulbs. So maybe this isn't good. Oh no, maybe I didn't do it right. Who knows? I don't know. Again, still learning. Okay, so that's why I wanted to open this with you so we can all learn. So these are the roots. It's completely dry. And you can see it got this square thing because it was sitting in this. So that's the bottom. And so this says 10/16. I think this says stopped, stored. They are stored. Okay. So maybe I didn't do this right. I'm sorry, elephant ear. Did I do you wrong? Oh, I hope not. I do hope not. So I was just going to put you back in like that. So this is still from the date I originally got the elephant ears, which was June 14th, 2025. I'm so glad I keep a log of stuff in some shape, form, or fashion. So I don't know, guys, you think this is still worth trying to, I don't know. If you can see in the bottom, try not to get dirt everywhere, but it doesn't matter. It looked like there's some other things growing right there. But you think I did it wrong, guys? Oh my gosh, I don't know. So you know what? I'm going to pull out as much of this dry stuff as possible. And I'm going to try. I'm just going to put it back in there. If I did it wrong, I'm sorry, elephant ear. I didn't mean to do it wrong. I'm still learning though. So I need you to be patient with me. And I'm going to put this in there too. I'm going to put it all back in there. When I'm looking at this one that kind of fell off, looks like it might be okay, right? I don't know. Ugh. Guys, sorry, I'm not showing you. This is what it looks like. I'm still going to try it. Doesn't hurt, right? Nothing beats a failure but a try. So I'm still going to try. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to shake all of this dirt off, because when I said this stuff is tough and dead in here, so I don't know. I don't want to rip too much of this stuff off because, yeah. So I'm going to take this out the box. Maybe I'll just move it to the side for a little bit. So I'm going to move this to the side. It's very light. It's not heavy. Thank God. And I have this here. So I think I'm just going to fill it with some of the dirt. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to fill it with the dirt at the bottom. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, guys, if I should even, I'm going to try, right? Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I did it right. Or maybe I just did it my way and it's a new way. I don't know. So I'm filling all this here. Oh my goodness. Well, we shall see. So I'm trying to not make this video long, but oh my God, what did I do? Maybe I'll sprinkle a little bit of this potting thing that I got, potting soil mix. Maybe I'll just throw a little bit in there to mix it in. Oh, does this have a thing that you can cut on? I don't know. You guys ever feel this way, that especially if you're new at something and you're not even sure what you're doing, but you're just like, you watch like a gazillion YouTube videos and master gardeners and all of that stuff, and it seems like you know what you're doing, and then you realize, oh boy, maybe I don't. I don't know. I think it's easier too when you get the bulb. I've seen people do the bulb of, I don't like the stringy part of the elephant ears that have no roots or dirt around it, and then it seems like they can bury it. So I just put a little bit of the dirt. My finger can still fit in here, and I'm going to leave it like this. And yes, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the casting worm on the bottom. And I think I'm going to just pick this up and put it in here, and I'm going to saturate it with, hopefully you can see all of this. And I'm going to saturate it with water, and then I'm going to let me tell you this thing too. Whenever I'm using anything, after I finish using it, I always seal it off, because there's always a slight chance that it could knock over, it could spill, and then you're like, gosh darn it. So yeah, as I look at this other thing that's not full. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm bringing the box back over. Who knew? Who knew this is my life? I stand up every few seconds to make sure you can still see it. So I'm going to put it in like this, guys. I'm going to put it in like this. What do you think? I'm going to put it in like this. I am going to fill the sides of it with this mixture of dirt. So maybe I'll do that and come back. I'm sure you don't want to watch me do all of that. There's nothing sexy about this part, right? Putting all this dirt in here. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And I think as I put in here, I'm also going to put, so it doesn't seem to be too centered. Okay. Yeah. And I'm really going to saturate this and leave it on this plastic for a day before I move it to where I think I want it to stay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of this up. And once I get it filled up, I'm going to show you the next steps. Okie dokie. Okay, I'm back. So as you can see, I did fill it all the way up to the top. This having this knee pad over here did help a lot. Didn't really use my gloves. Use I don't know why I keep calling it a shovel. Okay, I can't think of the name of it today. I put this in here as deeply as I could, and I'm hoping like where it was kind of snatched from. So I think that was that area. So I did that. And so I am now going to saturate this with a lot of water, even on top. Um, and hopefully this will um, start waking you up. I made this water warm, not hot. I keep my dirt, potting soil, whatever it is in the garage. So I did bring that in a couple of days earlier. This pot was also in the planter was also, everything was in the garage, and I brought it inside so it would at least be room temperature, not cold. Although we've had 60 days one day and then the next day it's 30 because that's just how this city of mine rolls, does what it wants. So yeah, I'm covering the top of it. I don't know. I always try to be positive in everything that I do. So hopefully this is enough water because it is a tropical plant. It likes lots and lots of water. And that's why I have the tarp. As you can see, it's on the tarp. And even underneath the tarp, it's the moving blanket, which I tend to use in a lot of different things. Especially it's really good if you put it in your car and you're bringing plants home and stuff like that. You can put this moving blanket on top of that. So what I do believe, okay, all water's gone. And I do hear it trickling because this is one of those self-watering pots that you're supposed to put, that you can self-water at the bottom. And I do hear it trickling at the bottom, so I'm going to let it trickle. And I'm going to write March 1st on here. Oh, not a good thing. Okay, I'm just going to put start. It's not a good. Oh gosh, my handwriting. They always say I have a handwriting of a doctor. That never happened. Okay, so I'm going to put it like start 3-1. Oh gosh. Okay. And I'm just going to stick this here. So this side didn't, which I'm glad that I can stick this in here. So that lets me know the water is working. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to let this go, grow and not bother. I'm just going to check it every now and then. But I don't think I'm going to use this towel to go around it. So I'm going to show you where it goes. And what I will do, if you don't have one of these things, I'm going to show you really quickly. I have a soil tester, to test the moisture of all my plants. So now I don't overwater them. I just go around and see who needs water, and then I feed them. So it's like this. So I think that this is pretty cool, right? So I'm hearing a lot of people also say when something is looking like it's like 75% dry, then you go ahead and add some more water to it. But it has a nice long stick. So what happens if I put it in here? Oh, looks a little tough over there. I'm not bothering. I don't want to kind of bother it. So you see it goes down pretty good here, and it lets me know it's definitely moist. So I'm very happy with that part. But because I just want to move it one time and not move it again. So I'm going to go ahead and show you where I'm going to leave it so I can get some level of sunlight, and then we will be able to monitor it from there. Be right back. So I moved it into its permanent growing spot. If you can see, it gets a lot of sunlight. It's next to this plant here. I may push that plant back a little bit, but this is it. I may actually try to move it just one more time and put, because I see wet spots here because that was me moving it. Let me check to see how much water. Oh, there's good enough water down there. So I'm not going to move this at this moment, but it's good to know that the water did go down to the reserve and is there, and I'll be checking it. So this is where it will sit. It gets plenty of natural sunlight here. Again, I will not be cranking up the heat to 78 degrees. It will have to do. And we're going to see how it does. So this is me, March 1st, praying to our Lord Jesus that this plant comes back healthy and alive. I do plan on going back to Home Depot. They started having those elephant ears in there, of course, around May. But I do plan on going by one more. And I hope by the time I go to Home Depot and buy the other one, this has sprouted and have grown. And I'm also hoping to get another one because Home Depot also sold some. They were like a dark purple or something like that. And they were a little taller. So these were $30. And the other one was, I think, might be $50, but they were well worth it. I mean, it's just a beautiful addition in your backyard or in your home, however you want to do it. So this video is getting long, but I just wanted to say thanks so much for watching it. And, we'll be praying together that this will grow nice and strong and healthy. And I would have figured it out. If not, I would have learned a lesson like we all do with our plants and gardening, and I'll know to do better. So I hope that you have a great day. I hope that if you have any great tips that you can provide them in the comment below. So talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Say bye, elephant ear. Say the next time you see me, I'll be nice and strong. So I'll try to give updates like every 2 weeks or something like that, because I'm going to do research about this part. I don't know. This part took a long time for it to dry out too. So yeah. Okay. Talk to you later.